guys, my name is Megan and today I have a bunch of kind of spooky, atmospheric, like kind of Halloween vibe reads for you. First off, just want to say I've got a little bit of a cold, so if I sound a little weird, that's why. So the books that I picked today are kind of all, I wouldn't necessarily say spooky or creepy, but they're definitely like atmospheric and like dark and probably really good reads for Halloween or getting ready for Halloween. So the first one that I'm going to talk about today is Nightlife. So this is one of my absolute favorite books, and this is kind of like a very dark and very creepy like urban fantasy kind of book. It's set in the middle of New York, and our main character Cal is kind of like this half demon, like scariest monster ever to walk the face of the earth kind of, but they don't really know exactly what he is. But any other like mythical creatures and like angels, demons, revenants, vampires, werewolves, they're all scared shitless of this guy because he's half whatever this demon thing is. And him and his brother just are kind of like bounty hunters kind of, and they're trying to, you know, make a living in New York, and they hunt down creatures of all sorts. And this is like one of the best urban fantasy books you'll ever read. I love this series to pieces, and this is like that creepy, spooky, like dark thing that you want for Halloween. The next book that I'm going to talk about is one you guys are probably sick and tired of hearing about from me, but that is Skinwalker. This is one of my absolute favorites. This is the first book in the Jane Yellow Rock series, and Jane is a skinwalker, and this is set in New Orleans, and there's vampires and werewolves and all sorts of really cool magic, and this book has just such like a dark atmosphere for it, and it's like perfect for a fall, getting kind of close to Halloween type read. Yeah, this one is great if you're looking for like a vampire hunter kind of novel. This is just one of the best. So next up, I'm going to be talking about Written in Red. This is the first book in the Cassandra Sang series. So our main character Meg is like this she's a blood prophet, so Cassandra Sang, and anytime her skin gets cut, she makes a prophecy. And this book is just very creepy, because humans are not the top of the food chain in this. In fact, this world is like inhabited by like shapeshifters, vampires, and these weird elemental creatures that are basically in charge, and the humans are definitely not in charge of anything. This is kind of a like what if kind of a novel, but it's also really creepy, and it's just a really interesting novel too, because having humans as not being the top of the food chain is really interesting. It kind of creeped me out a little bit the first time I read it, or when I was first starting to read these books. It was very creepy, but also very interesting, if you know what I mean. Like creepy in a good way. Next up is one that I've talked about quite a bit, and you're probably sick and tired of hearing about it. It is A Darker Shade of Magic. How do I even start with this book? So basically there are 4 separate Londons. There's Grey London with no magic, Red London with basically a healthy magic system and an abundance of it, and White London that has a dying magic system, and then Black London, which is basically a void. It's completely dead. There's no magic anywhere left in it. Kel, the main character in this book, is pretty much one of the only few people that can actually travel between all the Londons, and this is basically following him on his adventures. And Kel is a smuggler in this first book. He smuggles artifacts between the different Londons, selling them for, you know, whatever, like he's not supposed to. And one day he comes across a magical item that he just can't get rid of, and it causes all sorts of problems. And he also runs into one Miss Delilah Bard, who is pretty awesome, and basically takes her on her adventures with him. So this book is super like atmospheric and creepy, because when you pop back and forth between all the different Londons, you can tell when things just shift and change, and it's just kind of creepy from one London to the next. But yeah, this is one of the best books that I've ever read, and it's so good. And then the last book that I'm going to talk about in today's recommendation is going to be Caravelle. This book is kind of more on like the lighthearted end of being like dark and atmospheric. So Caravelle follows Scarlett and Tella, and basically they want to get away from their abusive home life, and somehow they get tickets to Caravelle, which is this wonderful show that they think will change their lives, and it does, not necessarily for the better. So Caravelle is kind of like this, I would describe it sort of as like a circus meets the Cirque du Soleil performance meets kind of like a game show, like Clue kind of, and it's kind of got this weird creepy twist to it where if you die in this game, you just die. It's weird and it's creepy, but I really liked it. And it reminds me a little bit of The Night Circus mixed with like some creepy horror movie. A little bit. But yeah, this book is really fun and interesting, and it's definitely on the lighter end of the creepy, atmospheric kind of thing for Halloween if you're interested. Alright, so those are all of my kind of creepy, dark, atmospheric reads for this year's Halloween. What is one of your favorite like creepy atmospheric reads. Let me know down in the comments. If you guys like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You can also hit the notification button to get notifications when I post a new video. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, check out the links down below. Alrighty, bye guys!